University of Missouri St. Louis College of Education podcast. Hello and welcome. My name is David Stouffer and I get to be the recruitment coordinator for the UMSL College of Education. Each week on this podcast, we will meet an innovator in the field of education. We will spend some time getting to know them and learning about their work and how it can help you and yours. It is my sincere hope that this podcast will be a source of encouragement and support as you work to continue impacting lives as an educator. My guests today are Jenna Haddock, Assistant Director of the UMSL Welcome Center, and Ashley Shauwecker. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Triton Leader for UMSL Campus Tours. Jenna is the Assistant Director of New Student Programs and Campus Visit Experiences with an emphasis in Welcome Center, daily tours, group tours, and visits. She's been at UMSL since July of 21. Before becoming the Assistant Director of the Welcome Center, Jenna was the Student Recruitment Specialist within the Honors College at UMSL, where her responsibilities included the honors admissions process, scholarships, and developing honors student orientation, and the Opportunity Scholars Program interview day. Jenna earned her master's degree in higher education administration at the University of Missouri St. Louis in the area of adult and higher education in 2022, with a certificate in student affairs, administration, and leadership. She also earned a bachelor's degree in psychology, along with the Pierre Laclede Honors College certificate from the University of Missouri St. Louis in 2020. Ashley is a sophomore, double majoring in English and communications and minoring in CCJ. What is CCJ, Ashley?
Criminology, criminal justice.
There you go. Originally from Greenville, Illinois, Ashley chose UMSL for the student support resources. Welcome, Jenna and Ashley.
Hello.
I can't tell you how excited I am that you're here. Jenna, you and I work together all the time.
Yes.
With tours, with new students coming in, with prospective students, with orientation, you name it. We're always working together, so this has been great. And Ashley, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure
I know
to
I've
meet you
seen
too.
you around giving tours and busily being around campus, so you guys do a great service for the UMSL experience for current and hopefully future Tritons. Before we get into specifics, let's start by giving you a chance just to expand a little bit about the introduction. I like my guests to be able to share a little bit about their journey. So what did you do before you came to UMSL? Why did you choose to come to UMSL? And tell us a little bit more about what you do here at UMSL.
Yeah, so I guess I'll start. So I am from Decatur, Illinois, which is, if you put your finger in the middle of Illinois, that is where I'm from. And so I graduated high school from there and knew that I didn't want to go to the local college that was in the area. So kind of went out towards some schools in Indiana, up in Chicago, and then came in toward UMSL. I have family who lives here in Missouri, and my campus tour is what sold me on UMSL, actually. It was the whole reason I decided to come here. I knew that it just felt right. Like,
how about that?
The moment I was on campus and did my tour, my mom and I, when we got back in the car, talked about like, yep, this is the place.
That's
this
great.
is where I'm going to go.
How ironic that now you're in charge of the campus tours.
It's very, very ironic. So came here, lived on campus, worked on campus. At one point, I think I had 4 different on-campus jobs at the same time. Rec center, supplemental instructor, FYE mentor, and then I was a Triton leader as well. So I gave tours before the end of my undergrad tenure here. And then unfortunately, COVID hit and when I graduated. And so, I say unfortunately, it really wasn't. It was a time of reevaluation, what I wanted to do, what I wanted to be involved in. And I liked working with students. I liked being a Triton leader. I liked being a mentor. And so, wouldn't you know it, UMSL in the College of Education has a higher ed degree that I could come and get. And so I decided to do that.
Awesome.
Got a job as an enrollment advisor, actually, in admissions first. And I did that for about 3 months before the position at the Honors College opened up, and I interviewed for that. And I I did that, finished my degree, and then this position opened up within the Welcome Center, and I always loved being a Triton leader and really liking working with current students. Prospective students are fun, but current students, as my Triton leaders, there's something a little bit more special about them to me a little bit, just in working with them, and so that's what I decided to do. And I bought a home here in Belle Noire, so I'm just a couple minutes down the road, and I'm all in on UMSL.
That's
so
great.
yeah.
That's fantastic. Yeah, you're locked in. I guess you can never leave, right?
Yes, basically.
That's good. We need folks to stick around. So I'm glad you're here, Jenna. This is fantastic.
Yeah.
Ashley, tell us a little bit more about you. Probably not as much of a journey as Jenna, but
Yeah.
I bet you have some interesting experiences so far. Talk to us about that.
So my hometown is 55-minute drive from here, depending on what way you take. And while going through senior year of high school, recovering from COVID, I knew I didn't want to stay in Illinois because
You don't want to go to Greenville College?
no,
No.
especially because they're a little bit pricey.
Yeah.
Especially because they made this transition from a private university to a public.
Oh, interesting.
So, and they're doing a lot of construction on their campus, ironically.
Yeah.
So I have to drive through 2 campuses, basically, with construction. But I applied to 2 colleges, Mizzou and here. Mizzou, I wanted to do journalism, but here, one accepted me. Didn't come from an SAT school. My school did not do a lot of SAT prep, so our scores were not as good that you need for Mizzou. So when I got accepted here, I was like, yay. I have never been on campus, so I came for Student for a Day in February of 2023. And it was so amazing. I got to speak with not the English department, but the history department, which is in the same office. And they told me about the great opportunities within the English department of getting published, even with your first semester, just getting published and getting your name out there. So same thing with Jenna, when I got in the car with my mom, I was like, okay, I'm glad I got accepted here. I'm coming here.
That's
I'm
awesome.
not looking at any other universities.
Are you living on campus?
I am not this year. I did last year.
Okay. What was that experience like?
It was really different because I'm raised with 3 older brothers. So not being able to hear my brothers scream at their Xbox was very much of a different experience, especially because I was on my own. My parents don't like driving in St. Louis. My dad is a truck driver, and he drives it through enough big towns to avoid St. Louis. So I went home every weekend to see my mom and my dog.
Sure.
And
A lot of people do that, but I imagine having 3 older brothers probably at least prepared you for the craziness that dorm life can be like.
Yeah, and it gave me a lot of independent experience. I don't go to my mom for everything now. I'll go to her for maybe a car issue, but
Whenever you need money and things like that, yeah.
I don't even go to my mom for money anymore.
wow.
Because working as a Triton leader just gave me a little bit more financial independence.
Great.
I used to work at McDonald's, so working as a Triton leader is significantly different, but at the same time, the same.
That's fantastic. Well, we're really glad you're here, not just for Triton Talk, but also here at UMSL. So thank you. And Ashley, let's jump in now and talk a little bit more about your role as a Triton leader. Tell us what that is, why you wanted to do it, and what your role is like as a Triton leader.
So Triton leader is basically a university student ambassador. We are basically the face for prospective students. The first thing they see when they get on campus is us giving the tour. And when we do more than tours, we sit at the Welcome Center, welcoming prospective students, guests, alumni, and current students, and assisting them with wherever they need to go. Sometimes they don't give us enough information, but we are trained enough, thanks to Jenna, to know what they are talking about. And we also work in the admissions desk answering phone calls, getting students to where they need to be on the phone, and just making the welcome to UMSL's campus tubes and boxes that are sent out every day.
Oh yeah, the tubes now, huh? Those are the newest thing, right?
Yeah.
Tubes are in full swing.
Full swing.
Awesome. So with that, what's a typical day like for you as a Triton leader, if there is such a thing?
Well, typical day is normally I get here at 7:50-ish to either open the Welcome Center or grab our lovely new golf carts.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so that is a really fun thing to drive on campus.
Yeah, I saw it pulling out. Has the nice plastic wrap around it now, so it keeps you warm inside. So
Then I check in with the Welcome Center, making sure what type of tours we have, if they need help opening, because sometimes they get behind with just someone coming in, asking questions, or phone calls coming in. 'Cause even at 8 a.m., people want to speak with someone at UMSL.
Right.
And checking in with Jenna when she gets here, seeing if there's anything needed to be done immediately, and giving tours.
So, how many hours would you say you work a day as a Triton leader?
Jenna has blessed me with the most amount of hours she can give me since I am commuting this year. I normally work between 20 and 23, but a lot of the lot of the other Triton leaders work like between 20 and 15 hours.
Okay, 15 to 20, so almost half time. So that's not bad. And then balancing that out with a full-time academic schedule, I'm sure you're doing a full-time job with your classes and the Triton Leader. Is this something that you do every day with Triton Leader in the Welcome Center?
Basically.
Yeah.
I work every day.
So are you the opener every day?
Not every day. Sometimes I do put the golf carts up, help close.
Okay.
Sometimes I leave early to where I don't have to do opening and closing.
Sure. How often do you get to drive the golf cart?
Every day.
All right.
Every day with tours.
Do they give you a chauffeur cap or anything like that?
No, but
that's a great idea,
they should.
though. Chauffeur
cap says
that's an
UMSL.
Amazon purchase
I
there.
love it. There we go. Just trying to help.
Boost morale with the chauffeur cap.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Jenna, let's talk a little bit about your role as the Assistant Director of the New Student Programs and Campus Visit Experiences. What does all that mean?
Yeah, so I'm specifically our office a couple years ago before I started New Student Programs that oversees mostly orientation, family weekend, things of that nature. They as we all kind of moved into enrollment management, they acquired the Welcome Center, and so we basically do everything up until a student is admitted on their first day here at UMSL. So we help with the prospective tours, we do orientation, the Help a Triton tables that we have out for those first couple days of classes, and then any kind of recruitment events that people would like us at, college fairs, different student panels, things like that. So, but I am directly overseeing the campus visit side of things. So my counterpart, Erin Hoffman, now recently married, she oversees the orientation side of things, and I see the campus visit side of things.
So, for example, when the College of Education has the open house on February 17th, President's Day next year, 2025, thank you very much, we could have your team come over, be part of the open house, and then help take tours of the students that want to take a tour of the campus.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So we help with any kind of events like that.
So what would a prospective student think about coming to UMSL and learn from your team? What kind of experience would they have being involved in some of the programs you provide for prospective students? Yeah,
I mean, I think first and foremost, they're going to have a genuine UMSL experience here. You know, we have our Triton leaders, while they're trained and they do have a tour script, we talk a lot more about their experiences and the events that they've gone to and what they've learned and the supports that they use. And so you're going to actually get to know an UMSL student on your campus tour. And then even further, if you come to our events, they're going to get to know people like you, Dave, who do the academic recruiting, and any of their faculty members and advisors. And, I think everyone here at UMSL's really genuine and just wanting to help students and get to know them. And so, I think you're really going to have just a genuine time, but you're also going to learn about where supports are and what students eat and what the buildings are. And, right now we've got a ton of construction happening. What are those going to look like? What does that construction mean? When is that going to be done? And I think our Triton leaders do a really good job of talking about the positives. Construction is just messy. But in the mess comes something that's really exciting for our incoming, the next 2 years of incoming students of, you're going to be the first people to set foot in this building and use it, and all of these new, opportunities that are going to present themselves with these renovations, and then even further more renovations in the future, right? We finish these and we move on to the next parts of campus that need the update.
Yeah. How many tours a day would you say we're giving nowadays?
We give 4 tours a day. We cap them at 5 students because we use the golf cart, so everyone gets to sit in the golf cart. And then we do group tours, and those are capped at 100 students.
Wow.
So this November, we have had every day booked with the exception of Thanksgiving break because most high schools are off for the full week anyway. Every day we have had a group campus tour. Not all 100, a couple 20s, couple 30s, but we've had some really big groups so far this November.
That's fantastic. Any way to know, based on the experience of the tour, what the likelihood a student that goes on a tour will come to UMSL? Do we have any way to
We
know
are
that?
making those reports right
Okay.
now. We are working Slate, which is our CRM system. We're working that out and getting all the wires crossed the way that they should be.
But obviously, and especially because the experience you guys shared, if you come for UMSL and come to a tour, there's a pretty good likelihood that you'll see something very special that you want to be a part of.
Yes, absolutely.
That's fantastic. How does somebody that's interested in finding more about UMSL and wanting to come see our campus do that? What do they need to do?
Yeah, so the best way is visit.umsl.edu, and it's going to bring you right to our visit page, and we're going to have a couple options on there. So if you are just a prospective student looking for a daily tour, that first little button on the screen is going to say register for campus tour. And that is going to bring you to our program called Visit Days, and it's going to have all of our visits listed, the dates and the seats that we have left available. We are going all the way up through December, so if you are listening to this, all the way up through December is published and ready to go, and then in December, that first week, I will then publish spring. So got a couple more weeks to wait till spring gets published. But you go on there, you put in your information, you tell us how many guests you're bringing, and you get a confirmation email from the system. And our students, follow up with you. If you're a nursing student and you accidentally sign up for our business tour, we will call you and be like, hey, we actually think you should be on the business tour. Did something happen here? So we double check all of that. If you are a school counselor or trio advisor or anyone who deals with groups of students who want to bring a group of students, that next link will be our link to our group tour request form. That comes directly to me. You fill that out with all the information, and I will then send you a confirmation once I have your schedule built and everything. And if I have any questions about lunch or timing or grouping or anything like that, I'll reach out beforehand, but you'll get a confirmation from me. And then also on visit days, we have a ton of info sessions. So if you're thinking, hey, I can't make it. It's the holiday season. It's winter. It's cold. I get it. But you want some information about nursing or College of Education or College of Business. We've got those online info sessions. You sign up. The link is sent right to you. You hop on essentially a Zoom-like platform. And then you can participate in the info session and ask your questions and be engaged that way. You don't have to be on campus for that.
That's so awesome. I'm amazed. I've worked with you for a long time. I had no idea of the extent to which you are really, truly making an impact and providing all these incredible opportunities. So this is really exciting to hear. What if somebody comes for one of the small group tours and they're not quite sure what they want to major in yet? They don't know if it's going to be business or maybe they're thinking about education, they're thinking about nursing. What do you do with someone like that?
Yeah, for our daily tours that are a little more individualistic, that's okay. We do a full overview of UMSL. Our Triton leaders can talk about their major. They also all talk to each other, so they know a little bit about the other majors that the Triton leaders have. And then with our groups, we do quite a bit more of an overview, right? So we don't narrow in that far because in a group of 100, there could be 100 different majors that they want to talk about. But we show them all the different classroom buildings, and then we do an info session where I talk about our different colleges and what majors are located in there, and give some examples. For the College of Education, I always like to talk about sports management because their eyes always light up, and especially the middle school kids, I talk about like, some of the intern students get to go to sporting events and help, and talking about how they went to the Super Bowl. That's always like the hit comment that I say that, the students really light up about. So talking about in, I don't want to call those generics, but more overviews.
Sure. Okay. Wow. This has been fantastic. How about the two of you? You're sophomore here at UMSL now?
Yeah.
And you're in your second year in your role as the assistant director,
So
right?
January will be my first full year completed.
Almost in your second year. So talk about your own personal goals. I'm curious to learn more about you and where you see yourself down the road. Ashley, start with you. What do you see yourself doing? You'll graduate in a couple of years. What do you see yourself doing down the road?
I kind of have two game plans depending on how I feel my senior year of being here. One of them is either being in my master's program for communications, learning more about those career paths and what I can get with a master's. The one plan that I'm sticking to right now is getting published here at UMSL as much as I can, so that way when I get an internship at like a publishing company,
Wow.
I can just easily be like, I've been published before. Here's my work. Because I really do want to be a writer for novels and
That'd be
other
great.
books.
So you have been published before?
I submitted this year to LitMag,
Oh, great.
so hopefully they pick my work.
Okay. Let's cross our
Yeah.
fingers. And, just by the way, if you ever want to be an English teacher,
That is my plan C, ironically.
we have a program for you to get certified to become an English teacher. We need great teachers, so
That is
say the word.
That is my plan C.
Oh, fantastic. Plan C. Okay, at least we're in there somewhere.
Yeah.
All right, good.
Top three.
Top 3.
All right, Jenna, how about you?
Yeah. Wow. What a question.
Is there a doctor, Jenna, in the
So,
future?
yeah, Dave, actually, there's an email in my save drafts to you asking about the doctor program.
Yeah.
Thinking about it. It's just thinking right now.
Sure.
Nothing solid yet. I hope to keep doing this, honestly. I really enjoy working with the Triton leaders and doing the prospective student tours and just being involved in that way. Recruitment wasn't quite my cup of tea. It's fun. It's definitely, and for some people, that's their cup of tea for sure. But this is more my realm, and so I see myself doing this, or even moving into maybe even just the director of campus visits and having an assistant director below me, and then the Triton leaders, and just wanting to develop more professional development opportunities for my Triton leaders as well. That's something I think that's really important for them. They do a lot of the groundwork for us in enrollment management and recruiting. So how do I make it worth their while too?
Besides the chauffeur hats, any other exciting plans for the new student programs and campus tours?
I've got some new campus tours in the works.
Okay.
Some ideas brewing.
Okay. Little teaser for the future.
Little
I like
teaser
that.
for the future. And then just honestly, our tour route is really something that the Triton leaders and I talk about all the time. Like, what's the best way to show a student a campus? Do you start with the student center? Do you start with housing? Do you start with academics? What do you start with? And so working with them, Ashley especially, she gives a lot of our tours, like what's working, what's not, what's construction doing, how are we showing our students campus?
I vote for a double-decker bus.
I
with
wish.
Everybody sitting on top, listening
double-decker
to
golf
YMCA and other
Yeah.
great music while they're going across campus, seeing the campus. That's my vote. I'm just put that in there. I'm sure it's in the budget.
Yes, definitely in the budget. Working on a third golf cart as well,
there you
to help kind of maybe have more tours available. Because I know four tours and 5 students doesn't seem like a whole lot. But nobody wants to walk beside the golf cart,
or jog, or
or have a sled on the back attached.
Before we end our time, I want to just give you a chance, if there's anything else you want to share or promote or talk about, just give you one last chance on the mic. So you don't have to, but if there's anything else at all, fire away. The mic is yours.
I mean, you should be doing campus tours. If you're a prospective student, or you have prospective students, in your classes and your programs, bring them to a campus tour. Exposure is one of the most important things on getting students to recognize that college is obtainable for a lot of them. I know myself as a first-generation college student, college was intimidating, and sometimes you don't know if you can do it, but you definitely can come see UMSL, talk to current students, see what we're about. You definitely have a place here.
Ashley, any final words?
If for current students, if you really do need an on-campus job, being a Triton leader is one of the best jobs on campus because you get to get networking skills. When I came here as a Triton leader, I had zero networking skills. I was a little shy, and I worried some of my coworkers the first couple of days because I did not talk to anyone. But I started slowly developing those skills and leadership skills, and it's really been a great help. Thank you, Jenna, for that. And it's a really great opportunity to make friends, especially lifelong friends, who you bond over the same things of meeting new students and seeing their stories and hearing their stories.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Well, Jenna, Haddock, and Ashley Shauwecker, thank you so much for being on Triton Talk today. Thanks for the great work you do. Thanks for giving our prospective students the best experience possible. We've got a great campus and a great college and a great university here, and it's awesome to know that you're their first point of contact and how great a job you do. So thank you for that, and thank you for being on Triton Talk.
Yeah, thank you.
I am honored that you chose to join me today for the University of Missouri St. Louis College of Education podcast. I hope you'll join me next time. Till then, I'm David Stouffer. Thank you for the work you do. Never forget, you are making a difference every day.